Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday. Dustin Starr here, along with Abe. And man, we hope you enjoyed today's Memphis Wrestling as much as we did, because what a crazy ending. I mean, all the way through with the Internet Championship match, the return of Martin, who was apparently looking for some big trouble. And then also Derek King and Van Vicious. So much stuff happened. Who would have thought? I know that I didn't. Who would have thought that Buff Bagwell coming into Memphis, Tennessee, and calling out Mike Anthony about bullying, about bullying the students at the Wrestle Center, turns into a fight with King Cobra, Memphis wrestling legend. And I'll give you guys just a minute to come on here because I'm sure you have several questions about King Cobra, about the episode. I know there were some questions in the live chat about the United Wrestling Network and the Heritage Championship and all that stuff. So you guys can put that in the comments, and we could talk about Memphis Wrestling episode 72. Oh, yeah. Man, it was awesome. Didn't get a single note written down. Definitely going to have to rewatch a couple of times. That's Wrestling with MMA. Yeah, a lot happened on today's program. Also, tomorrow we are live at the Wrestle Center for our next live television taping featuring the Internet Champion, Outlandish Zicky Dice. He will be there. Big Con from the Ascension. Actually, we're going to have some video posted of him a little bit later today. He sent in a warning to Memphis Wrestling for tomorrow's live event. And then, of course, we are going to whoop that trick tomorrow. Al Capizzi, the creator of the song Whoop That Trick and the phenomenon that swept across the world during the NBA playoffs. It is the fight song. Guys, we have had Whoop That Trick chanted at Memphis Wrestling for many, many years. It's kind of like a fight song. So the man will be in the house with the Memphis Grizzlies mascot, Super Grizz, and of course the MC, my tag team partner at the Memphis Grizzlies, BLJ. He's going to be there as well. It is going to be awesome. And tomorrow is going to be kind of a milestone for Memphis Wrestling because you will see a lot of changes in the next television taping. So the next 3 weeks, we've got the Gauntlet for Gold 2, and then after that, you'll see the Whoop That Trick and all the brand new changes of Memphis Wrestling that's all going to kick off tomorrow. You can get your tickets right now at championshipwrestlingmemphis.com. Eden Kane Main, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate that. A $5 donation. He said, I wanted to see what happened between Mike and King Cobra, but it ended. Well, don't you worry. All you have to do is go to the bonus footage that's aired right here on this YouTube channel, and you can see the conclusion of that fight. And man, was it wild. So what you guys got to see was all the footage. And so some of the television audiences, they didn't get to see everything. So that's why you saw the graphic at the top. And all that is due to television time and then driving people to the YouTube channel so they can chat with you guys. So yes, all you have to do, Eden Kane Man, is click off here and find the bonus footage, watch it, and then jump back on the live chat and let us know what you thought. And thank you so much for the $5 donation. Keith says, what an episode. Breyer and Martin are back. Buff Bagwell and King Cobra return, but that was disgusting what Mike Anthony did. Yes, and if you missed it a couple of weeks ago, Mike Anthony literally beat up all the trainees at the Wrestle Center. And one of them was Big John Dalton. Little did he know that he's got some friends in the business for a long, long time. Man, it just, the chaos of Memphis Wrestling is unmatched sometimes. And King Cobra was throwing hands, brother. Oh, wow, I'm stoked for that news, says MMA. Destiny, I love Martin. Okay, now please explain. What was Cobra thinking? I love the ending. We're all screaming over here. Cobra still has some moves. Oh, yeah, he definitely still has some moves. Very, very cool stuff with King Cobra. The King Cobra. So, awesome fight scene there. I don't know what he was thinking, but I do know that he had a problem with, of course, somebody coming into the training facility and beating up the trainees. And so I think that this was a perfect time as everything was boiling over. And he may have saved Buff Bagwell. Because had King Cobra not come out, Mike could have attacked Buff and hurt him even more than what he is. Because he literally, I believe, still has incisions on his leg from the surgery. He's posted video about it. And Martin returning. And I thought we were going to see Precious when Martin returns. So stay tuned for that. Lurvy says, hello, Dustin. Do you remember Spike Dudley from ECW in the 90s? Of course. Stinker horns remind me of 3 Spike Dudleys. Small in size, but show a lot of grit in the ring. Oh my gosh, the fans really showed up for the Skimmerhorns this time. They went nuts, and there they are. Happy birthday to Brad, picking up the big victory and bringing his brother home on his birthday. Awesome stuff. The hug at the end. Anytime the Skims are, put up to a task, and they always deliver. So very, very cool stuff there with the Skim Horns. But yeah, they do kind of remind me of Spike. Mike Anthony needs to be stripped of the Memphis Heritage Championship. Wow, that's pretty bold, man. Keith says it was wide. Mike should not push you. Oh yeah. Oh gosh. Brody, I'm doing good, brother. How are you? Wrestling with MMA likes the comparison with Spike Dudley. Mike needs to be stripped of the belt and suspended immediately. Michael Wade says, oh yeah. Eden Kane, man, thank you so much. A $2 donation. He says it was great to see Martin back. Who would have thought? Like, I never thought that we would see Martin again after that choke slam. But then I don't know what I expected when Martin returned, but I certainly didn't get whatever it was that I expected. So he comes out and literally just slugs the biggest man to ever step foot inside the Wrestle Center. So stay tuned for that. I'm sure, 7 foot tall. I'm trying to think. Everybody, has there been anyone
They're really
taller?
short. A lot of your wrestlers are short.
Well, everybody looks short compared to Big Trouble Ben Bishop.
No, I feel like the tallest wrestler you have might be like 6 feet, but I don't even think you have a 6 foot wrestler.
I think Brett's probably 6'3". I think the guys are taller than what you think they are.
They look short.
Michael Wade says the Memphis Heritage Championship looks good on 5-star. Oh, that was just a photo op, trust me. Lurvy says I have to give it to Jimmy Blaylock. Unlike the managers in NWA, he is managing a well-rounded faction. He is one of the very best at what he does. And if you don't like him, then that proves that he is one of the best at what he does. By the way, we need to call Zicky Dice Zicky 2 belts. Yeah, man, sporting all the championship gold. Anyone know SummerSlam is in July this year? Yes, so SummerSlam you can watch absolutely free on Saturday, July 30th at Dave & Buster's in Memphis, and then you can come watch Shark Boy on the 31st.
It took you a while to think about that.
I pull it right off the top of my head. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate that. He says, great show today. Keith says, what are you doing? What are you doing on today? Well, today I will be going and putting the Wrestle Center together because we got some really cool stuff that we can't wait to show you. Lurvy says, has Patrick joined the chat? He had a lot of questions to ask about the connections with Memphis Wrestling and Championship Wrestling, Championship belts and all. Well, I have not seen Patrick, but yes, we are affiliated with the United Wrestling Network, and the championships are recognized and have been defended on our program. We had Jordan Cruz defend the Hollywood Heritage Championship last year on the program. We've also had Mike Anthony head out to Hollywood and was on the flagship show out there in the United Wrestling Network presented by CarShield. So yeah, absolutely. We recognize each other. We talk about each other on the programs, and I believe you'll see the Internet Championship hit the other Championship Wrestling program as well. So yes, we do work together, very much so. Michael Wade says, Mike Anthony needed to cheap shot King Cobra to get the upper hand. Man, it looked like he had been waiting to do that, because he snuffed him when he won the Cobra Cup, wouldn't shake his hand, has just been disrespectful the entire time. Cobra was actually in Brett's corner when Brett won the title from Alan Steele. So there's a lot of history here. It seems to have just culminated with a man that has a very bad attitude and a very short fuse. There's Patrick. Would we ever see a United Wrestling Network World Heavyweight Championship match on Memphis TV? Yes, and I imagine that you'll see it this year. We had a Ring of Honor World Championship match on the show. Steve says, where was Big Swole or Michaels at? Well, Michaels was slammed through a table last week, so I don't think that he was even in the building. And Big Swole, we heard the promos from him a couple of weeks ago. There was a 2-part sit-down where it seemed like he was kind of questioning himself. That's all I got on that one. But tune in next week, because a lot of these questions that you're asking are exactly what we expected. John Dalton coming over soon, brother. All right, Big John, I'll see you. Good job today, man. There's some bonus footage that you guys are going to see of the Posse immediately following their match. Zicky Dice with a nice celebration after his match. And then, of course, King Cobra immediately following that fight when we went off the air. There's going to be some more footage of King Cobra leaving the ring. But then also, there's a curtain call for Big John Dalton, who, man, oh man, to have a first appearance on a television program and have every single person in the building standing up and cheering for you, I don't know that it could have been done any better. So, clapping for Big John Dalton. Very nicely done. And it's also cool to have Buff Bagwell there to have your back. Keith says, I can't believe Mike Anthony, his actions. He shouldn't be allowed to compete again. Can you tell us what's next for K Toomer? Just stand by and you'll see. Dalton Mania running wild in Memphis. Larry says, I also would like to add Memphis Wrestling has had a reputation for developing not only fine wrestlers, but they seem to have some of the top managers who are in Memphis Wrestling. Thank you, Larry, and we got some more coming too. The Wrestle Center. And check this out, Destiny, thank you so much. A $19.99 donation. I really appreciate it. Oh my gosh. She says, 5-star show. Hope this covers my ticket cost. Have a great weekend. Abby and Dustin, please say hello to your Maria. Sounds like it's going to be a blast. Destiny, I really appreciate it. And for those of you who have been following us a really long time, you know that Destiny has been there since day one. Lives out in California. I'm still waiting for you to make that trip to Memphis, or we need to get back out to California and see you at one of those tapings out there at the Irvine Improv. But thank you so much, and we are going to have a fun day. We have a little bit of work to do at the Wrestle Center, but it's all fun stuff. And then tomorrow, I'll be thinking about you, Destiny. Tomorrow, I'll save you a seat or put your name on a seat. So thank you for that. Keith says you need a cowboy bell match, Mike Anthony versus King Cobra. I don't think that we're going to see King Cobra in an actual match, honestly. We did just announce a big match that's happening on tomorrow's television taping that puts King Cobra in the corner of Memphis Muscle. So go to @CW30 Wrestling and you can see that. But that match is going to happen tomorrow, and Cobra, he might get involved. Who knows? Steve says you plan to bringing any of the United Wrestling Network female wrestlers. Yes. Well, we've had Heather Monroe. There's several that we reached out to, but at this point, travel expenses are extremely high. But a lot of the wrestlers that you guys ask about, let's see, Milo, Ruby Reyes especially. CC Chanel's been on the program many times. So yeah, we definitely want to do that. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And you guys are going to see a lot of great women's division action coming up very, very soon. Rebel Kell is making her return to Memphis Wrestling next week. Shalance Royale will be there as well. DDT Nix. I mean, it's going to be awesome. Wait till you see it, guys. Patrick says, I have a friend who has a website tracing title histories. Do you have the history of Memphis Championships? Yes, please send me an email at championshipwrestlingmemphis@gmail.com and we'll get that to you. It's a very short history because we've only been in business for a year, but it will continue to grow. Willie says, Cassandra Golden is a precious gem. Yes, one of my favorite wrestlers. Stay tuned. She's on the program next week, I believe, as well. Keith says, love Buff Bagwell in WCW when he was in the NWO. Me too. I like him better when he's in Memphis Wrestling. Michael says, I wish I could come down to Memphis the last weekend in Memphis. Well, come on, brother. Great show again this week. I got to run. See everybody next week. Thank you so much, Wrestling with MMA. Very, very cool. If you guys have any questions, put those in the comments. I'm scrolling up, and then we've got to head out and get out to the Wrestle Center, where I do plan to go live there today. And maybe I'll give you a sneak peek of some of the renovations that we've made on the inside. Lurvy, Derek King, you need some serious backup to deal with Van Vicious and the entire Hollywood clique. No kidding. Stay tuned. Coley says, no villains only. Not sure what that means, but alrighty. Keith says, King Cobra in the gun show's corner with the gun show against Mike Anthony. I hope Mike gets what he deserves. What a creep. Well, I will tell you this, that on Saturday night, September 10th, at the Dyer County Fair, it's the Dyer County Clash, brought to you by Memphis Wrestling. It is the biggest fair in the West Tennessee. It's huge, and we've got the main event spot this year. It's a Saturday night, 6:30 meet and greet, 7:30 bell time. There's no additional ticket price to watch wrestling. You get in the fair and you watch the main event right there at the First Citizens Amphitheater out at the fairgrounds. Mike Anthony, one-on-one with the gun show Brett Michaels, with the Memphis Heritage Championship on the line. Again, that's Saturday night, September 10th, at the Dyer County Fair. It's the Dyer County Clash. It's all going down right there at the Dyer County Fair. Been working on my Twitter friend Daniel, watching the show. She's a Jackie Fargo fan. That's good stuff, Michael Wade. We're fans with Charlotte Fargo. Very good friends with her. Willie says, has the gun show ever wrestled Meklikoff? Yes, I believe he has. Keith says, I love the Young Goat shirt. Got the Young Goat shirt on, of course. The Orion Fan of the Week is what I have on. Fan of the week did a clothesline earlier today. That's pretty good stuff. But anyways, I have just a couple of more minutes. If you guys have any more questions, put those in the comments. If not, if you're watching this at a later time when we aren't live, we always go back and do our very best to answer all those questions anyway. So maybe the Posse should have a United Wrestling Network World Tag Team Championship shot against Beef Candy. Make it happen. Oh, I would love to bring Beef Candy here. Love Richie Slade. Love Flex. Those guys are so entertaining. They're so funny, and they're so good. So I'd love to see that, but who wins? Lurvy says, who's the next big guy for K Toomer to fight with? I don't know. You guys seem to think that Big Con would be a good opponent for him, so might see that. Keith says, will you ever wrestle sometime, Dustin? Yes. Actually, I will. Stay tuned for that. Steve says, Wolf Zaddies versus the Posse. Oh, I'm a big Wolf Zaddies fan. I'm a bigger Rogelio fan. Well, maybe not bigger, but I loved Rogelio, if you guys remember that. Willie says, Gun Show or Big Swole should wrestle the United Wrestling Network heavyweight champion. Jordan Clearwater is the champion now. Previously on the United Wrestling Network, maybe a year or two ago, the Gun Show was out there and it seemed like he befriended Golden Boy Jordan Clearwater. But I'm sure that would not stand in the way of the Gun Show lining up and mowing the Golden Boy down with a Gun Show lariat. Michael says, how about K Toomer versus Calvin Tankman? I don't know who Calvin Tankman is, but K Toomer against anybody I'm interested in. All right, everybody. Abby, do you have any questions before we go?
No.
You're just kind of lurking back there. No? What are you looking forward to the most next week, Abby?
Next week?
Yeah. How about tomorrow? Anything. Keith says, Big Gun Show. That's my new tag team name for these guys. We need bigger fans in Memphis wrestling. What does that mean? We're feeding them as much Tops Barbecue as we can, brother. I want to take just a second to send out a big, huge, happy 5-star birthday to Birthday Brad Skimmerhorn. Brad's been with us since day one, a guy that I've known for a long, long time. Met out in Arkansas, him and his brother, and always thought, hey, one day we can do some work together. And didn't know if that day would ever happen, but I knew that if it did, then those guys would do a bang-up job. And I cannot even begin to tell you how above and beyond the expectations were that they've gone. They've gone so far and above any expectations that we've ever had. Biggest pops in the house, best stories, most fun and most entertaining stuff. So happy birthday to Birthday Brad. Calvin Tankman is MLW Tag Team Champion. I'm no hate, I just am not familiar. Ben says, what's up, Dustin? I haven't watched today's episode yet. I'm at Jackson, Mississippi for Guard Drill. All right, Ben. Well, hopefully we'll see you tomorrow, and maybe you'll get an opportunity later on tonight to watch the episode. I know you were there. You were in the front row with an NWO shirt on. Good stuff, though. It came across very, very good on the screen. Have a great day, Dustin. Makes me wish I can come down to a card at the Wrestle Center. Lurvy, you can. Come see us. Steve says, thanks, Dustin and Abby. Great job. Lab says, well, Mike Anthony did what he had to do after so many getting into his face at today's episode. Lamb, you're such a heel. Willie says, is Blake Bulletproof Truth coming to Memphis to wrestle Mike Anthony? I mean, it could happen. I love me some Bulletproof Truth. He was there the day the Wrestle Center opened, I'm sure. Coley says, Thursday it was my cousin Alexis' birthday. Tell her happy birthday. Keith says, love Championship Wrestling every week. So exciting. Next week will not disappoint. I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow. Get your tickets, championshipwrestlingmemphis.com. If you use the code WHOOP, WHOOP, like whoop that trick, you're going to save $5, $12.30 VIP, $145 bell time. Internet championship will be on the line. Tag team championships will be on the line. And somebody is going to get whooped.
Very specific.
Abby, I'm Dustin. Saying so long, everybody. And yes, that is a Stinker Horns poster. And look at the other one. Elements of Wrestling.
No, that's
Is that the
not.
Elements?
No, that's me, Dalton,
Oh my
Jason.
gosh.
This is
Even
the
worse. Even worse.
I don't have the elements. I have this one.
That's what I thought it was. Oh my
No, how did you get that confused with the elements?
gosh. Maybe it's the fur coat. I don't know.
Jason's fur coat.
Crazy.
It makes sense. Okay.
So long, everybody.